Children's officer, a lady I think called Damaris from Milimani station, akaenda akanyima mtoto. The sub-county children's officer, Madam Teresia, akanyima mtoto. Director, children's department, akapiga simu CEO, akamnyima mtoto. And without, musisahau, hata sasa hapo ukigoogle, there is a problem with that Child Welfare Society of Kenya. Remember, hii ni society imekuwa accused of violation of children rights. Wanavoleta haki za watoto. Ukigoogle hapo utaona, ama ukaenda YouTube utaona wamekuwa accused na hiyo maneno. There was a time bado wamekuwa aired kwa Citizen TV, NTV, KTN na mambo ya abuse ya watoto.
From April 2019, NTV has been investigating child rights abuses and misappropriation of public funds by the Child Welfare Society of Kenya, a state corporation whose mandate is welfare services for orphaned and vulnerable children. Well, in our 4-month investigation, we unearthed evidence of how the institution abused the right to health care and dignity of the children under its care by using those with special needs for big profit through an arrangement with quack doctors. Now, NTV planned to air the story on the 1st of September, but the CEO of the organization, that's Irene Moredi, went to court and obtained orders blocking the broadcast of the program. She claimed that we had infringed on the rights of the minors, which was not true. Now, this was despite the fact that we gave the Child Welfare Society an opportunity to respond to the findings of our investigation. After a month-long legal battle, the Children's Court has today dismissed the claim by the Child Welfare Society and lifted the injunction, including another application seeking the arrest and detention of NTV journalists Edmund Nyabola, Mark Masai and managing editor Emmanuel Juma. And with that, we are now free to air the expose and bring to light the suffering of those children as a result of the sins of their saviors. During the period the matter was in court, NTV obtained even more damning information pointing to corrupt dealings within the state corporation. Well, these involve 5 projects initiated by the organization and funded by the government in various parts of the country. Here now is a preview of the expose. NTV investigates sins of saviors.
So these are patients with cerebral palsy.
So all of them are given this kind of drugs. Absurd, this is a quack.
All clinics were cancelled apart from that clinic in town that offers family medication.
These children know about here, brought here by the
that's what
CEO
of
the Child Welfare Society.
Do you have any medical training?
No, this is not Anaumia.
Do you have any medical training? But those are medical drugs.
Can I go to the toilet?
The Parliamentary Committee on Labour and Welfare is calling for the immediate shutdown of children's homes that do not meet the required standards. The committee visited the Child Welfare Society of Kenya's homes on a fact-finding mission after a series of allegations of abuse and misappropriation of funds against the state-run agency. Committee members visited an integrated child and family care centre under construction along the Joskar Wai Road and Mamangina Children's Home, both funded by the government. Child Welfare Society of Kenya officials say they are re-evaluating the whole concept of child welfare homes.
2015-2016. Our purpose of our visit today is, one, the aspect of misappropriation of funds, which was alleged in the media, and two, the welfare of the children. The way to go is not institutional care. The way to go is family care.
Wakakuwa accused na mambo ya child trafficking, harvesting, sijui ya mambo mingi, human organs, mambo mingi ya upuzi. Na nakumbuka pia the Kenya National Commission of Human Rights waliingilia hiyo kesi. Wakakuwa exposed na KTN on 3rd of September 2019
And Nairobi Senator Johnson Sakaja has sharply criticized the abdication of responsibility brought to the fore by an expose by KTN on Tuesday. And the story painted a grim picture of how the minors in children's home under the care of the Child Welfare Society of Kenya around the country continue to suffer neglect and abuse from the very institution tasked with taking care of their welfare. Now, Sakaja also sits on the Committee on Labour and Social Welfare, vowed that the committee will bring pressure to bear on those responsible for the sad state of affairs. Mary Mwoki with the details.
It is an expose that left the country reeling in shock. Many taking to social media to express their distaste with the Child Welfare Society of Kenya. Nairobi Senator Johnson Sakaja taking a firm stand on the matter.
If you look at it, it's just sheer negligence and it's just being heartless. That children can sleep in beds with bed bugs. The health, is a deplorable status of their health. They're being treated at a facility that is possibly not registered and is private.
Sakaja also called out the Cabinet Secretary for the relevant ministry to own up and offer Kenyans an explanation.
The ministry must tell us because a lot of money is given for welfare issues from children's homes under the national government, like Mamangina Children's Home, to rehabilitation homes under the county governments. Yet many of these people would rather spend on activities where they'll find either a kickback or where they'll get. We cannot accept that.
In her defense, the board chairperson for the Child Welfare Society of Kenya, Shakila Abdallah, says there isn't much she can do about the matter, adding that all board members left after their terms expired and there is currently no board in place.
I cannot do much because I cannot work as an individual. As a chair of the board, you need a board to work with. A board is there to oversight the management of Child Welfare Society, which is not yet in place. So unless we have a board in place is when we will be able to exercise our full mandate.
Minors in children's homes under the care of the Child Welfare Society of Kenya around the country have suffered congestion, lack of food and basic necessities, including lack of proper medical care. The expose painted a grim picture of utter neglect and abdication of duty by the state agency. The DPP has ordered investigations into the matter.
At some point, even the government withdrew funding for your Child Welfare Society. Yet they are violating Article 53. They don't protect wale watoto wanawachunga. Tunasikia kuna makunguni kwa watoto huko. They are disobeying court orders. Kama sasa mimi I still have political muscles ya kusaidia wanyonge, ya kupigana na tunanyimwa justice. Government children's departments, children's officers wananyimwa kazi yao, rights ya kutetea kusaidia watoto. Court orders are being disobeyed by this children's home. So sisi we want DCI to investigate. Tunasikia watoto wanakufia huko na kuna justice after that. Tumesikia kuna misappropriation of funds. Actually, the CEO was at some point suspended.
The Welfare Society of Kenya CEO Irene Mureithi has been sent on compulsory leave to pave way for investigations into alleged misconduct and misappropriation of funds at the Child Welfare Society of Kenya. But Mureithi, who has been at the center of investigations into the inhumane manner in which children already dealt a bad hand in life are treated, and she is back in court seeking to stop investigations into any wrongs plaguing the state-run agency.
Child Welfare Society of Kenya CEO Irene Mureithi is still fighting for her sullied reputation in the latest attempt to shake off the allegations against her and the state agency. She has moved to court to block any investigations into her conduct. The Ministry of Labour had formed a special task force to look into allegations that she has been overseeing the plunder of public resources at the society and a campaign of child rights abuses where, among other things, special needs children are harmed in the name of medical care. The letter, written on behalf of the CS Labour, had requested her to accord the investigating team all the support they needed.
I've been waiting to see somebody who can actually come inside child welfare and find for themselves.
The team was expected to look into the governance status of the state agency, the management structure of all the homes under its mandate, its budget controls, compliance with policy guidelines, as well as adherence to procurement procedures and a legal audit of the entity's management structure.
Now the board has come on place. It's when we will be doing our policies, oversight roles, and
her latest moves in court are just one of the many tools she's used to fight for her cause. Twice, she has used the courts to block an expose into the alleged abuse of young children from airing.
That was
Where
necessary.
do you currently take the ones who suffer from cerebral palsy?
They continue to go where they are going.
Sources tell NTV that a two-day board meeting has since come to the agreement that she steps aside to allow for independent investigations, with the proposals being forwarded to the Labour CS. The CS named an acting CEO and 3 other senior officials to run the affairs of the Children's Welfare Agency.
Very rude, very arrogant, disobeying court orders. Hata kama sina ofisi, but mimi ni former governor of Nairobi. Na stahili kaheshima kadogo, hata kama sina ofisi, kaheshima kadogo nikiomba nisaidie na mtoto mama, nipeleke hospitali atibiwe, tumregeshe. Wanakataa. So sisi hatuta play victim ya hiyo upuzi yenu. Tuta comply na Children's Act na Article 53 of the Kenyan Constitution. We have a mention on 7th at the Milimani Law Court. We want that baby to be produced, whether dead or alive. Because huyo mama anabehave kama hana mtoto, anabehave kama hajui uchungu ya watoto. Very arrogant, very negligent, very rude. Imagine mtoto anatolewa macho na kisu hivi, macho ikavutwa, akona mashimo 2 na vidonda mpaka leo. Now I'm here ready to help the baby. Hata kama aweko artificial eyes kwanza, akuwe na sura mzuri kama watoto wale wengine. From there tuende kwa advanced technology, aweko macho zingine zile zitamsaidia at that age, akopnazo polepole, aweze kumsaidia na vision na sight kuonaona. Then from there tumpeleke education asome. Muna tuzungusha, muna dharau mamaji, sisi tunadharau ma court orders, muna nidharau mimi, muna dharau children's officers, muna dharau ma director of children's department, muna dharau kila mtu. Whom do you think you are? So me, I've decided we are going to deal with you, Kisheria. And the government, please, DCI, investigative agencies, can you investigate this children's home? Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Na mimi siongee vitu bure. Mtakuja kurealize leo Sonko aliongea ukweli kuhusu children's home. There is something they are hiding hapo. Let it be investigated. Thorough investigations. Na mimi naomba wakubwa wa serikali, huyo si hapo, toa yeye. Watoto walio na kunguni hapo, nasikia wengine wanakufa hapo. Hizo exposes zote zimewekwa Citizen kila mahali. Why all the media were focusing on that facility? Why? At some point, Kenyans were against that facility. Since to party baby Sagini to the promise, and we don't give false promises in politics. Yeah, atuko siasa. Mimi, I'm the good deeds ambassador in the country. Bado mimi ndo na holy humanitarian award East Africa. I'm doing my work. Mimi ulipwa na Mungu. Sitaki kulipwa na mtu yote. I want to do my work. So we want that baby Sagini to be released, whether dead or alive. Na kama ni politicians waka kando. Whoever wants to help, akuje with him up. Tusaidie baby Sagini. Stop the nonsense. Let me rest my case for now.